Can I read to you? I just want to read to you. We're going to continue on with some Alice A. Bailey, Esoteric Psychology. This is continuing right on where we left off with the fourth definition of the soul. We've already worked through the first three definitions. And the question is, what is the soul? Can it be defined? And what is its nature? The first definition was that the soul can be regarded as the son of the father and the mother, which is the union of spirit and matter that causes the creation of the life form, the appearance form. So you have the life, you have the quality, and you have the appearance. So the soul can be regarded as the son of that, the Christos, the Christed one, the form, us, the expression of an embodied union of spirit and matter. Definition B was the soul can be regarded as the principle of intelligence. And then definition C, where we covered, it was the largest section, where the soul is a unit of light colored by a particular ray vibration. And we went over each of the 7 ray types along with the tarot correspondences that help us to remember what those ray types represent in terms of the tarot. So continuing on with the last definition of the soul, I'm going to split this up into probably a couple of short, sweet sections is my goal. I hope the lighting is okay. It's a little strange. Let's go. Definition D. The soul is the principle of sentiency, underlying all outer manifestation, pervading all forms, and constituting the consciousness of God Himself. When the soul, immersed in substance, is simply sentiency, it produces through its evolutionary interplay an addition, and we find emerging quality and capacity to react to vibration and to environment. This is the soul as it expresses itself in all the subhuman kingdoms in nature. So the soul as above, so below, it exists in all of the subhuman kingdoms in nature. And this is when it exists as solely a sentient substance. Sentience is sensing. When the soul, an expression of sentiency and quality, adds to these the capacity of detached self-awareness. There appears that self-identified entity, which we call a human being. When we say, I'm only human, this goes a little further than that. So we understand and recognize through these studies that we are not that. We are not only human. When you say you are only human, you are solely a sentient, a sensing, expressing quality, expressing personality, being with the capacity for detached self-awareness, which is the ability to analyze oneself, to be the fly on the wall and to look at yourself and to examine yourself. Animals do not have this capacity. Rocks and stones and vegetables don't have this capacity. They operate on a sort of continuum, still inspired by the spiritual work. The sun still influences them. The moon still influences them. So they are sentient. They are sensing and responding and reacting to nature, human nature, spiritual law, physical law. But when you are human, you become detached and self-aware of this, where you can change how you respond to those triggers and become aware of yourself and aware of them as well. But you are more than that. What more you are is, continuing on, when the soul adds to sentiency, quality, and self-awareness the consciousness of the group, then we have identification with a ray group, and there appears the disciple, the initiate, and the master, the 7 rays that we just covered in the last sections and what we're covering in this material. Higher still, when the soul adds to sentiency, quality, self-awareness, and group consciousness, a consciousness of divine synthetic purpose, called by us the plan, then we have that state of being and knowledge which is distinctive of all upon the path of initiation, and includes those graded lives, with a capital L, from the more advanced disciple up to the planetary logos himself. But forget not that when we make these distinctions, it is nevertheless one soul that is functioning, acting through vehicles of varying capacities, of differentiated refinements, and of greater and lesser limitations, in just the same sense as a man is one identity, working sometimes through physical body, and sometimes through a feeling body, and or a mental body, and sometimes knowing himself to be the self with a capital S, a rare and unusual occurrence for the majority. I'm going to end that one right there. That's just some food for thought. Really driving home the connectedness that we all have. There is one soul, one uniting force, the invisible strand that connects us to all things in all spaces and all places. And in our deception, we think that we can deceive, that we can trick, that we can get over on another person, that the actions that we do in the dark are not seen and felt. There is a psychic field that connects us all. And the more attuned you are to that and the more aware you are of that, you become very sensitive to energy. They say that the empath is a special being, but everyone can be empathetic. The opposite is to be psychopathic or sociopathic, apathetic. Those are all decisions of ways that we can act upon our sentiency, our quality, and our ability to be self-aware and group aware. If we learn about ourselves, we can become the self with the capital S, and then we become more aware of how we're tethered to our decisions and the ways that we interact and decide to influence others and be influenced upon by others as well. So understand the one soul, but the uniqueness of your soul and its evolutionary process as well. I'll end this right here, and I'll continue on with another video for the other sections of this final definition. Thank you for watching. Take care.